Initially thought it was a bozo eruption. He didn't actually think about what he said. What's even more disturbing is that his brain trust might have actually thought about this. And if they did, it scares the hell out of me.
That is Liberal Member of Parliament John McKay, who was taped in what he believed was a private conversation. Sun News Network has obtained that tape where it does indicate the Liberal MP none too pleased with his leader and this edict he has put out there for would-be Liberal members of Parliament with respect to abortion. Let's bring in our Sun News contributor, Marissa Semkiw. You've been on this story for quite some time now. You and I talked about it on Friday. Now here we are today. Once again, another Liberal MP coming out and saying this is his words, bozo eruption. That's got to be a new one in the lexicon.
Do
Marissa.
other Liberal MPs speak that way? Refer to Justin Trudeau's gaffes as bozo eruption?
In private, I suspect they probably do. And that's where this Liberal MP thought he was having a private conversation.
Well, that's the
he
problem.
Was taped.
Well, that's just it. I looked at the transcript, and whoever this particular individual is with supposed conservative leanings, what he said to him when he went up to him was, "Oh, I wanted to ask you, quote unquote, privately." Okay, those are types of words that you use when you want to speak off the record. Okay, so clearly John McKay thought he was off the record, but unfortunately, I don't think anything is off the record these days, which makes my job as a journalist pretty difficult. But to more broadly speaking, John McKay is one of the few current Liberal MPs that have spoken about this, but there have been a plethora of other former Liberal MPs, former ministers that have actually come out. We heard Martha Hall Finley actually wrote an op-ed in the Huffington Post about this. Jim Karagiannis, he was on with me not too long ago saying that this is damaging for the party. We heard Tom Wappel come out and say that this is damaging for the party. Oh, and by the way, his position is actually, he takes issue with him saying that it's a charter right. So it seems the only people fighting over this issue, Adrian, are the Liberals.
And it's actually pretty incredible because there have been a growing list. I'm glad you bring up the other Liberals who are talking about this, because it's not, we always get pegged with, oh, it's just you Conservatives, you're just hounding him and going after him. Of course there's going to be an element of that, because in politics it's a blood sport. But this is his own ilk. These are his own people. When he issued the edict with respect to the Liberal senators who are now the Liberal Senate caucus, when he issued, when he's been interfering with the various riding associations, Marissa, and getting his own candidates in there hasn't been much, a lot of Liberals speaking out. But this issue has had a lot of people, and some could argue high-profile Liberals, because Martha Hall Finley, she's been, a perennial leadership candidate. She's run before. She's run in the past. She's run recently as well. There may be sour grapes. I don't know, but that speaks a lot to me when they are coming out and saying enough.
And by the way, John McKay is a pretty senior member of Parliament, and he's the environment critic, so he holds a relatively important portfolio within the Liberal Party. These aren't just, no-name Liberals. These are people that are pretty prominent within the party actually speaking about that. That just goes to show actually how contentious this issue is. And so many people at this particular point, Adrian, are wondering, why did he bring this up in the first place? There wasn't a motion that was being tabled. There was no bill that they were going to be voting on. Why did he actually take to the podium and actually say on camera that this would be his new policy as leader of the Liberal Party?
Well, maybe after question period today, if he does come out and scrum with the media, maybe someone might be able to get an answer out of him. But so far, we have no idea what the rationale behind this is. But to me, so far, it seems like a losing proposition.
I think that they thought that this would be boom, quick. He'd make the comment, it'd be over with, he'd win a whole bunch of votes, and they could move on. But all of a sudden, given how contentious this issue is, all of a sudden, people start scrutinizing him for it. I mean, just the other day, I asked him about gendercide, and that's one of the implications of making a policy like this. So rightfully so, he's being scrutinized, not just by the general public, not just by the media, but people within his own party, and that's going to hurt him in the long run.
If we get an answer, I know you will be the first person to let us know. I appreciate that.